Most people do not properly comprehend Bitcoin, let alone politicians and mainstream media outlets. So ignorance of Bitcoin geopolitics is unsurprising. But just like Bitcoin is growing in financial and economic importance, so will its geopolitical significance. There is a fascinating geopolitical shift underway in Bitcoin where power is shifting from the east to the west. While China is turning away Bitcoin miners, Western entrepreneurs are capitalizing and entrenching this industry in the West. Good morning. You are listening to another episode of Black Man Into the Wild. I'm blessed to be here with you all today, and I'm blessed to have you here with me as well. Today, we are going to be taking a closer look at the growing Bitcoin mining industry here in the United States. Following the conversation I had a couple of weeks ago with Langston, where we discussed the ongoing disruptions to our high-tech semiconductor supply chain, and also talked at a very high level about Bitcoin scarcity, Bitcoin mining, and energy consumption, I felt this would be a great opportunity to circle back to and focus in on one particular company here today, CleanSpark, a software and services company that claims to be the future of energy management and digital currency mining. But before we get started today, if you have not already, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like the video, and share with your friends if you like what you hear. Before we actually take a moment to look at CleanSpark, I did want to try and provide a little bit of context as to why we're all of a sudden talking about this and why we even think it may be of some future importance in the first place, which is why we started with that passage from a recently published article in Bitcoin magazine. China's Bitcoin ban is the most unnoticed geopolitical event of the decade. Personally, I don't think it's gone unnoticed. I think if you're somebody who generally finds advancements in technology interesting, and especially if you're somebody who has been watching this recent cycle, or maybe you've participated in previous Bitcoin cycles, I imagine this story would be of at least a little bit of interest or relevance to you. In the article, it continues to say, "We have established over recent quarters that Bitcoin is a powerful technology with immense potential for the world. The future is uncertain, but a digital, decentralized, secure, and scarce asset has the potential to be a cornerstone of a new digital financial infrastructure. With each passing cycle, the probability that Bitcoin has a role to play in global financial infrastructure increases, and smart individuals and institutions are securing their exposure to the network." Now, let's stop here for a moment because I just want to reflect on what Fidelity did recently, because I think Fidelity may be more of a common or more of a household name. Fidelity recently took a roughly 7.5% stake in a company called Marathon Digital. For those who may not be familiar, Marathon is a company who is focused on building the leading enterprise Bitcoin mining operation here in North America. And I want to point out that, we talked about in an episode maybe 6 months ago, right? We talked about JP Morgan Chase beginning to recommend Bitcoin to their high net worth clients. And in general, we were making note of some of the new adoption of the cryptocurrency that we were seeing at the time. And since then, there's really only been more news about institutional adoption. Here, Goldman Sachs, for instance, has revealed its intention of offering investment vehicles for Bitcoin soon, enabling private wealth managers to hedge against inflation. Morgan Stanley, on the other hand, is already offering funds that facilitate Bitcoin ownership. The option, however, is available only to clients having a minimum bank balance of $2 million. So when I first heard the news about Fidelity, I wasn't surprised. We've really just been watching as things naturally progress. But back to the article, it says, miners are a critical component of the Bitcoin network. They secure the network and process transactions. At the start of the year, China sat in the kingmaker seat in this industry with approximately 75% of global Bitcoin mining resources. This dominance was potentially a powerful tool for the Chinese economy. Yet in Q3 2021, China decided to ban Bitcoin mining. Rather than tax, coerce, or confiscate the equipment, miners were allowed to leave China en masse in the third quarter. Okay, so now that we have this background information, right, it makes a little bit more sense as to why we've started to maybe hear more about these data mining centers, and things of that nature expanding here in the United States. In fact, let's stay here on Bitcoin magazine. They actually have a good article that talks about CleanSpark, the company that we mentioned in the beginning, who again is a software and services company headquartered in Woods Cross, Utah, that recently ventured into Bitcoin mining. Because soon they're going to have an 87,000 square foot data center in Georgia, their second data center of this kind, which they'll be able to leverage to increase their current Bitcoin mining capacity. The article says the Bitcoin mining operations that will take place in the new data center are expected to be 100% net carbon neutral. This will be made possible through Georgia's Simple Solar program, which will allow CleanSpark to offset the location's carbon footprint with solar energy. The company said it plans to go further and add renewables on site, including solar and other microgrid solutions. The purchase follows CleanSpark's recent announcement outlining its expansion plans for 2021, as the company makes strides to increase its mining fleet. By year-end, the company's ambitious goal is to have 2,000 petahashes per second hash rate capacity. And with about a month left to go in the year, this headline from CoinDesk, Bitcoin miner CleanSpark buys new machines to take advantage of spot market prices, seems appropriately timed. The purchase of 2,600 new Antminer S19 mining computers will increase CleanSpark's hash rate by almost 20%. CleanSpark president and CEO Zachary Bradford was recently quoted saying, "Cryptocurrency mining is the critical support system for the blockchain and provides significant value for both the miners and the blockchain community. Mining operations can have a negative impact on the environment if non-renewables or inefficient practices are used. This is a big problem to solve, but we're well suited to solve it with our unique and innovative microgrid solutions." So, at the end of the day, I believe that, CleanSpark, if they can successfully market and execute on this business model that they have for commercial energy solutions, if they can successfully apply their microgrid solutions to their Bitcoin mining operations, and to be clear, a CleanSpark microgrid is an intelligence-driven distributed energy resource solution capable of gathering energy from a variety of sources while costs are lowest for use during peak hours. If they can pull all of this off and their technology is as sound as they claim, I think this is going to be a fun company to watch. Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been another episode of Black Man Into the Wild. Have a great day.